Muslim prophets, mustard yellow shirts, louder than the broccoli, dancing in my chucks, feeling out of body. Say the man got me. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
First opened back in 1975, there's a look inside the iconic Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the New Orleans Saints. It's the marquee game of opening weekend, and off we go on a Sunday night on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Now a play fake here on first down. His throw incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Second and 10. It's Wilson again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1.
Hey, over here.
Ito Smith, his first carry. And he's got the first, but we also have a flag on the field. And they're already walking backwards. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. His first catch, good for 16 and a first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On first down, Wilson. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. A couple of first downs, has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. A first down carry for Smith. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On second down, here's Wilson. He's going to let this one go deep. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now Ito Smith. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs gives us another chance to make the play ourselves and maybe change things up.
5 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
I have no crystal ball up here. I can't truly see into the future. But if they don't start getting some pressure on him, make him move around a little bit and do something with the receivers to, change up their timing, they're just going to get shredded as we've seen so far. Right now, they're off to a blazing start.
Yeah, and you are right. He looks way too comfortable back there in the pocket.
Yeah, there shouldn't be a pillow back there for him, right? As a defensive guy, they've got to dump him on his backside a few times, shake things up.
Now, they're going to need an in-drive adjustment here on this first hit. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Tyler Davison with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. From the gun, it's Wilson. And this one is incomplete.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in his opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. And Myers able to knock it through. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
His first carry, and he'll be taken down right around the 27. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now a toss play. It's Hines looking for a crease. Can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Detroit! All right, now look at 57.
He'll drop to throw. Now he'll be hit from behind, and he is landed on hard. Barkevius Mingo in there to drop him for a loss of 10, and it'll be 4th and long. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Back deep, the dangerous Tyler Lockett. Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead. And
a big loss here as he's taken down. Tyler Davison in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight.
Like the footwork back there. I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Here's Wilson. The catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. From the shotgun, Wilson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. This is caught inside the 15. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a 1st down. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
Here's the sneak with Wilson. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there, and now it's 3rd down. Wilson on the keeper, and he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Russell Wilson taking it in, and the Seahawks add on to their lead. And the lead will grow by 1 more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Here's a handoff to Hines to begin the drive. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Montgomery. And he's able to get up here to the 26. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Back to throw here. He gets it to Thomas. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Now it's Hines, and he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Barkevius Mingo in that time on the tackle.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here's Hines, and he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Now it's Lockett. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. A handoff to Penny. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. On the stop there defensively, Tyler Davison. Two minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
14.
To throw is Wilson. From the gun, he'll throw. And an alley to run. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
How many times do we hear that 3rd down may be the most important down in football, and there's no better example than what we just saw right there. Forced to scramble, knows where the first down marker is, dives for it, and gets it. What a big-time play, putting his body on the line to pick up a key first down.
Throwing left side, it's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one goes for 24 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
To throw is Wilson. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Well, the great coach has said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
2nd and 10 now. Wilson. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go. It's caught inside the 25. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And give them a gain of 37.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Operating from the gun, Wilson. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in the cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
And he's got Lockett. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Now Wilson operating from the gun. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. In for the score. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
And just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They go play action here on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And a tough turnover there as now they will have it at the 6-yard line, first and goal. So we've reached halftime here in our initial Sunday night telecast of the new season. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense. But when you turn it over, it changes momentum. And when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
Out to the left here to Reed. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Now he'll escape to his left, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Barkevius Mingo in there to get him again. The 3rd time he's sacked him here tonight. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It'll be a gain of 16 and give him a first down as well.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit!
They'll look to throw now on first down. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Crash! Yeah, baby! Woo!
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. On 2nd down, Montgomery. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw here. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. Oh, he sheds himself free. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They're excited.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Tyler Davison bringing the pressure again, and that is his third sack here tonight. On second down, Wilson. Buying time to his left. His throw caught right around the 6. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Smith trying to run for it. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. Second and goal, and Penny standing by himself in the backfield.
95.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The Seahawks on third down. They've been excellent, 6 for 7. They're looking at a third and goal here. Here's Smith. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Ito Smith taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
They'll set up a throw. Throw left side is complete to Reed. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
So the face mask puts them in even better shape than they were in as they'll have a short field here on 1st and 10. Now back to throw. He'll leave it for Montgomery complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Back now here live in New Orleans. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. They run with Hines. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
And Lutz puts this one through. And they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
And out now come the Seahawks. All of a sudden, they have quite a bit of breathing room. This was a 1-score game, but touchdowns on their last 2 drives, and now comfort is here, so to speak.
It certainly is for them. I've been in this situation before on the flip side of this. And all that's going on there is a little bit of finger pointing. Hey, what's going on? How can we stop them? Can someone make a play to try and stop this momentum?
Oh, they're going to be ball hawking because they need a turnover on that other side. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
And he's taken down here by the Saints.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Now a late flag comes in as they got him down via the face mask, and that'll give him even better starting position. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
So the face mask puts them in even better shape than they were in, as they'll have a short field here on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain down to about the 33. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Frank Clark in there to get him again. The 3rd time he sacked him here tonight. The Saints on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 16. Back to throw. Thomas has got it. Complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here. That's complete. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll drop the throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the 1st. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? They'll try to run with Hines. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Nyheim Hines punching it in from a yard away. And the Saints get a bit closer.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. As Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Going up top. And this is caught at the 20. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 47 yards. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. The pitch goes to Smith. This carry with the extra effort is going to get him stopped up just shy of the 10. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They'll run it again with Smith. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It's a loss of 2. Now third down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now Wilson. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's fourth down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks for those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Lee. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Get that quarter. Over.
Back to throw here. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable second and 1.
Lucky 56. 49 to Mike. 49 to Mike. Hot! Watch it now, Barney.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
The Saints on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Detroit! Detroit! Guys, Mike, 49. Too little, Captain.
Looking to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Try and get it all back with one big shot right there, but even if successful, that doesn't get them all the way back to where they need to be. Can't totally abandon throwing the ball underneath as well.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Montgomery, they'll run for it. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Detroit! 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 Gun! 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 Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
Back to throw now on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to let. And this is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Malcolm Mitchell, 33 yards. And the Saints make some inroads here to that deficit. Lutt's good on the extra point. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Lutz now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Here's a give to Smith. And an alley to run. Spinning past him. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards. And it'll be second down.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week one. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for the Seahawks, it'll be a happy trip home as they start the season with a road victory here on a Monday night. And they'll return home next week to take on the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll look to get back on the beat.
They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, cut the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. Look at them, how to make it in